Hello and welcome. These are horse racing selections for Saturday, the 15th of July. I am Flat Cap Callum and I'm hoping you are all very, very well and you've battened down the hatches. I don't know about you, but it's wild outside of my house. Wild, I tell you. And I'm not talking about animals. Well, there's like pigeons and stuff and red kites and stuff. Yeah, that's wild. Anywho's, Saturday, we're here. Long awaited Saturday in that it's looked like it's going to be good for a long way out. Not quite sure if we're going to get to yesterday's 79 non-runners, plus one meeting abandoned. But yeah, we're pretty high up there. There's a lot of non-runners about. Conditions look a bit tough out there for horses. So if you want a horse that likes the sun on its back, riding on nice, good to firm ground, you don't want to be anywhere near that one. So yeah, it's wet and windy in places, wet in others, I think. So I've done my best to navigate what is available to me. As you might imagine, there was a healthy shortlist that's had a few knocked off and whatnot. And I think last time I worked it out, I think there was 31 horses on 18 races. So that is what I've got for you. If that ain't your thing, then have a lovely day and find someone else who might give you two horses. But yeah, strap yourself in. £40 double stake, 8 bets. So the max stake and the max amount of bets. This is what we've got. I've broken that down into 2 each way Yankees, 4 each way Lucky 15s, 1 combination double bet, and then 1 evening little I wouldn't say fiddly, little saver bet in the evening, but the prices have come in a little bit. It's very marginal, I'll be honest. It is really, really marginal. There was a few bits in the evening and I was trying to work out the best way to do it. I'm all right with where we've got to, but it's got very marginal. The prices have gone in a little bit and there's been non-runners that's changed a few things. So yeah, all of that to come. I've got a whiz through. We didn't do Thursday yesterday because it was a quick video on Friday. And what I will flag is the current schedule I do for the channel works for me in my life. Okay, so it might not be perfect for you in your life. I apologise. Well, don't apologise. It is what it is, isn't it? But yeah, I've got other commitments outside of running a free YouTube channel. So I know most people get that. But yeah, so Tuesday, Wednesday nights, I do a bit of a longer video, can go into a bit of the depth. Do a quick video on Friday morning. Doesn't mean the research took any less time. It just means I'm not doing... Otherwise, I end up doing a video Tuesday night, Wednesday night, Thursday night, Friday night for freebets.com, then Saturday morning, then Saturday night. That isn't sustainable for somebody to have a life outside of this and work and family and all the rest of it. So Tuesday, Wednesday is the long ones. Friday, short one. Stuff in the comments. The other option is I don't do a video on Friday. But if I've got tips, I might just it's in the comments. It's got the waffle. Some people like it because it's got no waffle and it's got the tips in there, easy to get to. I'm trying to play for all audiences. Saturday we got a bit of a longer one, and then Saturday night if there's anything on Sunday. And as a reminder, there's no video after this until Tuesday night because Sunday's racing is poor. There's a gap in the flat racing schedules. There's no flat racing on Sunday. 2 jumps meetings, Stratford and Perth. I'm not getting involved in that. So nothing from me after this until Tuesday night. All right. Thursday. So the rundown on Thursday was we ended up having a nice profitable day, despite the fact we actually had quite a low strike rate. So it was 35 on, 63.59. It was a really good day for my strategy, is what I would say. And I had 4 horses that placed, all at decent prices. 2 were third, 2 were fourth. I know William Hill didn't pay on one of them. More or less all the other major bookies did. But 2 third and 2 fourth places. But it was the combinations that had them in, despite the fact we had non-runners. They either helped or hindered, depending on your stance on that. So it was a profitable day. And then yesterday, the channel managed to just scrape a profit. But I know that won't be the case for everybody. So there was, I think it was Pledge of Honour. So I think I worked out, it was Sky had 7 out of 16 frame, including 2 nice winners. 365 and Hills, I think both had 5, but different ones. Anyone else was 4. So, and 1 was out the placings for Sky. So if you were Sky, you had 7 place and 1 out the placings. So we were 1 short of 50% strike rate. And then if you weren't Sky, 4 frame, 4-1 out the placings is a bit of a tough one. So the channel made about £6 profit, 25 on, 31.68 back. We had Gozo place for Sky and Hills at a nice price, so I'm hoping people got on at 50s. The way I did the bet configuration, it didn't matter. So if you missed it, then for my channel stake it wasn't worth anything. But if you put a single on it, it was one I talked up on the free bets preview video. But yeah, Sky and Hills paid out on that at 50s. Then we had bet 2 yesterday. Global Esteem placed and Elite won really, really comfortably. Pledge of Honour was 1 out the placings for most, but placed for Sky. And then Papa Don't Preach let the bet down in that last leg. The 4.55 did me over yesterday. And then we had bet 3. That was the one that had a duff first leg, a non-runner the second leg. Then we had Will to Win that placed for some, not all. I think it placed for Sky and 365. And then the 8.40 lockdown lass. It was 20s on the channel with a 15p rule 4. It went off shorter than that. So yeah, all in all, it means we're heading into the weekend 20 up. I've got 40 going on today. So the worst the channel will come out is minus 20. Hopefully it doesn't, and it's better than that. Golf's not gone great for anyone who's followed that. Bjork's the only real interest we've got now, and whether he can finish off well today and do well tomorrow. But he's about 3 shots away from the money at the moment. Outside of that, the side bet, Podrick Harrington put in a shift, but McIlroy's looking great, so he wouldn't necessarily have won that market. But the other 2 in there, atrocious. Parvon from the French market and Otegui, I think it was from the Spanish market. Both were last in their categories, so can't get worse than that. And then over, and it was the Champions Tour. Ken Duke, after 12 holes, he was 3 under par. He was looking great, and then not great now. Yeah, and then James Han, I think, missed the cut. So that's the golf. Anyway, right. Let's give you what you're here for. What's the plan for Saturday? What I will say as well, another flag. I haven't got massive prices or a lot. There's a few individual ones, but not loads. So yeah, I just didn't find it. Although there's good extra places, not necessarily massive prices. So we will start here. So I've got 2 bets with the same 4 races here. We've got the 145 Ascot. When the deal is done, 11-1. 310 York Failac at 14s. 4 o'clock Newmarket Star of Orion 10s. And then the 440 Ascot Belhaven 13-2. So 20p each way Yankee. 440 is the bet. Sky Best, then Paddy or Betway are joint second, because they are, I think it's the 310. They're 6 places. And then Hills, Betfair or Unibet. They are the best 6 bookies as far as I would see it in terms of ones we would usually mention. There are probably some tiny ones I haven't mentioned, but I am starting to mention Unibet and Betway a lot more now. So for those of you who sort of struggle with accounts and you turn accounts over, if you've not looked at those, Unibet is doing really, really well at the moment for extra places. So outside of Sky, it's the best bookie at the moment for extra places, I would say. I watch out on these Ascot races. So I went through all the Ascot stuff yesterday. And a few observations, which I'm going to completely contradict myself on, but I'm going to go through the few observations. The 440 Ascot, that's going around the bend. So so sometimes mile races on a straight, sometimes on a bend. It's on a bend, that one. And yesterday, you did suggest, which is traditional for Ascot, but was completely against what happened at Royal Ascot. You'll remember I was talking about Ascot. On the bend, you want to be at back, held up, out wide. And traditionally, you want to be up front on the rail. And on the rail up front was what won out yesterday, definitely. And I've got 2 in that race. I've gone for wide draws. So I'm going against my own observations, because the only thing against it is the draw. So that's that observation. And then on the sprint track, I don't think you want to be low at all. But in my next bet, I've got a horse that's low because it's the only thing I didn't like about it. So next bet 2, 145 Ascot Spoof. I don't like the draw. I like everything else. 28-1. 310 York Cockalorum 40-1. If you have seen, that's my horse of the day on freebets.com. 4 o'clock Newmarket The Gatekeeper 25-1. 440 Ascot one morning 16 to 1. Again, drawn too wide, but I'm still taking it. 20p each way, lucky 15, £6 is the bet. Sky best, Paddy and Betway next best, and then Hills, Betfair, Unibet. They are the best 6 bookies. That is bet 2. Not best 6 bookies ever, but for that bet. Then bet 3, I've got 2 Irish bets. So both all at Navan. 150 Pretty Smart 9s, 3 o'clock Lizu at 14s, 4:45 Stone Crafter at 20s, 5:20 Rockview Roman at 12s. We've taken that one, it won before. Let's see if it can repeat the trick. 18p each way, lucky 15, 540 is the bet. Jointly between 365 and Sky on this one, Unibet next best. This, watch out, this has gone less than 16 runners, but 365 are still paying 5 on there. And I think Unibet might be as well, actually. So that's a bit of a watch out. Whereas I think it's 3 o'clock, Sky are 6 and no one else is. So it's worth having a little bit of a shop about for. But 365 or Sky and Unibet are the best ones for that one. Next one, I had a non-runner, so I had to go on the subs bench for this. 150, so all at Navan. 150 Shoebox King, 15 to 2. 3 o'clock My Girl Sue at 20s. That was the sub. There was one in there that I thought was worth a little bit of a punt at 50s, but we'll go with My Girl Sue at 20s. 410, that's down to 6 runners. Eskimo Comet maybe, 11 to 1. 520 Atlas 18s, 15p each way, lucky 15, and we've got a 25p each way double, My Girl Sue and Atlas. £5 is the bet. 365 or Sky, and then Unibet next best. That is bet 4. Bet 5, small price Yankee at York. 2 o'clock York, what's the story? 12 to 1. Watch out on that one. There's only a few bookies that paying 4 on there, like 365 and Hills. Sky, like a lot of them, have got some sort of promotion on. So what's the story? It's only paying 3 for me on the channel for Sky, but you can get 4s. 310 Majestic at 10s, 345 Tashcan at 5s, and then this one is right on the limit. So first picked that out 12s last night, and we had a few non-runners. It's come in, it went 9s, 15 to 2. It's right on the line. So as much as I don't want to put horses out I don't think there's value in it, we're sort of, if I could put all of those horses in the race and they were all the same price, that's the one I would take. So it's my slightly favoured horse if you were betting them all at the same price, but it's just gone a touch on the shorter side. But I'm okay in the terms of the context of this race. I certainly wouldn't back it as a single. 20p each way Yankee, that is 440 a bet. Sky win out overall because of the extra places. They're paying 6 and 7. Then Hills, then 365 or Coral, that is bet 5. Bet 6 is Newmarket with a Chester race chucked in. 250 Newmarket, Coco Jack 14s. That one's, there's a couple paying 4 like Sky. There were 5 originally, but a couple of non-runners. So it's worth having a little bit of look around for that Coco Jack race and see who's still paying 4. I think Unibet are. 352 Chester, it's the only split leg I've done. I've tried to not do that so much because I've got the volume. Matchless and Emeen, so 17 to 2 for Matchless, 8 to 1 and Emeen. 4 o'clock Newmarket, Cruyff turn at 22s, and 510 Newmarket, that's gone down to 7 runners. Sky, Unibet and 365 still paying 3 places on that, and I think that's a good price for 3 places on a 7 runner. To Graphite at 20s. So it's Sky best, Unibet second best, 365 third best, and then Coral or Hills joint 5th best. 2 times 10p each way, lucky 15. So one with Coco Jack, Matchless, Cruyff Turner, Graphite, and one with Coco Jack, Emeen, Cruyff Turner and Graphite. That is bet 6. Bet 7, combo doubles between the 2 best races of the day, and we've added in one that's not anywhere else in. So 310 York, Cockalorum, Phelan, Majestic and Pride of America has been added in. And then the 4 o'clock Newmarket, the Gatekeeper, Star of Orion, Cruyff Turn. So for those of you who watched the preview video, I've kept faith with my same 3 horses. They're all running, they're all a similar price, and we're keeping faith. 12 times 25p each way doubles, £6 the bet. Sky best, Sky are 7 and 6. Paddy are 6 and 5. Most of the other bookies are 5 and 5 pretty much, I think. So outside of Sky and Paddy, then Hills, Betfair, Unibet, Betway. That's what actually no, yeah. So get that right. Paddy is 6 and 5 with best price guaranteed on the multiple. Hills, Betfair, Unibet, Betway 6 and 5 without best price guaranteed. So Paddy edge it on best price guaranteed. Sky win out overall on extra places. That is that. And then I don't know what I think about the last place. Yeah, this is where I got to. Yeah, it's a little saver bet. If it all goes wrong, we're going to go £2.80 in the evening across these three races. 6:30 Hamilton, Red Allure and Gustav Graves. So that's 6 on Red Allure. That's come in. Gustav Graves 17-2. Then 7 o'clock Hamilton. Look back, smiling at 11s. And then the 8:15. It went 7 runner just before I put this out. So there are only 2 places, which is frustrating. But I'm still just okay with it. But you can see I'm not happy. It's nowhere near as good as any of the other bets. It's the worst bet of putting out there, but I wouldn't put it out if I didn't think it was worth doing. 8:15 Wilderness 10s and Eagle Court 8s. 8 times 15p win doubles and 4 times 20p each way trebles. So we're looking for 2 winners or a horse to get placed in each one to make this bet profitable. That's the game plan. Unibet win out on this. They are 4 across the board. Sky off 4, 4 and 3. And then you could have 365 Hills and Betfred who are 4, 3 and 3 on this one. And 365 and Betfred, you would get Bog on that too. 2-8 is your bet. That's bet 8. All right, that's the marathon. Like this is what we do. This is a marathon and a sprint. But yeah, we're sort of slightly kind of muddling along the last couple of weeks. But we're still just due to hit something. Let's see if we can get it on Super Saturday or not with all this racing going on. Okay, and then I'm back next. So I'm back Tuesday. What? Because we've got must be week and a half. I think till Galway Goodwood. I think is it week and a half maybe it's a bit longer than that. But yes, I should be back next Tuesday night, and we'll see what's different, what's the weather doing, what's the ground different, all that kind of stuff. All right, thank you very much. Enjoy the rest of your weekend. I will see you Tuesday evening. Thank you. Bye bye. Auf Wiedersehen and all that.